Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk to Me Sister Season 2, Episode 1 of a delay from last week. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have been busy doing errands and catching up on some shows and movies for you guys while also doing personal errands and just a lot going on in this household when it comes to, not getting enough quiet time. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed your season 1 of last summer. I hope you had an amazing Easter and I hope you're having a good year. I know a lot of people, from what I'm seeing, aren't having the best time or the best year due to layoffs from different jobs. And it really is heartbreaking. I know what it's like to lose a job because I've been doing this position that I'm doing right now for the care of my autism brother. I've been doing this for 9 years, but during the moment of those 9 years, I was switching jobs. But on top of that, I kind of lost my job at the same time while switching jobs, and things weren't processing correctly. Things were going slow. I had to get my aunt to help me pay most of my bills after using up all my savings. It was really stressful and just terrible. And a lot of people have lost their jobs, not just myself, but a lot of people has lost their jobs during the pandemic, during COVID, and having to do things at home. And it's just really devastating. And now it's like it's happening again. So I do pray for those who are suffering or going through it. My heart and prayer goes out to you guys. I pray that a miracle will happen in your life, in your season of life. Things are hard right now, but trust in the Lord that things will get better. Just lean and trust in Him. Speak life into your life. Remember, your tongue is a weapon, your tongue is a tool, and your brain is connected to your tongue. What we say, whether it's positive or negative, will determine if we're going to poison ourselves in the sense of, oh, we're never going to make it. If you keep saying you're never going to make it, you're never going to make it. But if you keep being positive, during the hard times, things will look up, things will get brighter. Remember, this is the year of the horse compared to last year being the year of the snake. So I do pray things would get better for anyone who is going through something, whether it's mental health, whether it's a loss of a loved one, loss of a job, having a hard time paying for school. Trust me, I have been there. That's why I dropped out so many times because I had such a hard time paying my community college I went to. Obviously, it's been about 15 years, 14 years since I dropped out. And I think it's been more than that. I think it's been like, how long has it been? 11 or 12 years. Either way, it's been over 10 years, and I struggled with college. That's why I dropped out so many times, because even though I had financial aid, it didn't pay as much. And then it was to the point where everything had to be out of pocket. It was a lot of drama, and thankfully my aunt was able to help me, but at the same time, I almost died. I know that sounds dramatic, but I almost died. If you guys want to know my story, you guys can check out the YouTube channel of Talk to Me Sister. You guys can check out my books and my not podcast. Well, check out the podcast too if you haven't caught up with season 1. But the channel and the books and the poetry content, I talk a lot about my life and my past and just everything in between. So you guys want to check that out, please feel free to do so if you haven't already. But I know what it's like to lose a job. I know what it's like to drop out of not high school, college. I haven't dropped out of high school. I got my diploma. I'm from high school and everything, but I meant to say college. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like. But someone who doesn't understand is James Charles. So this happened maybe a few weeks ago, I assume. I think it's like a few weeks ago has this been going down lately, which is the James Charles Spirit Airline drama. This particular employee, who is now unemployed, obviously, she reached out to a lot of people. During tough times, you gotta do what you gotta do. And sometimes applications alone isn't enough to put yourself out there, right? So she reached out to a lot of people on social media, celebrities, influencers, people in her life, I'm sure, applications, the list goes on. But in this particular case, James, to me, could have just ignored the message, whether it's from an email or a DM on social media. I understand when you're like a public figure, even if you're not a public figure, I understand to a degree where, people will scam you and give you this fake story and this sob stories and all this stuff, right? And I understand. I understand. I've seen it from other people that that I watch for like many, many years, and they will have like these people in the comment section being like, I'm starving, send me money. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really want to trust that because it could be a scammer. It could be somebody perpetrating when that good money could have gone to a good cause to someone else. You know what I'm saying? But in his case, it was a true legitimate person that needed help. And he's over here calling her entitled person, you're lazy, you should get another job. Like, who cares you lost your job and all this other bullshit. And it backfired on him because his entire life being a YouTuber, being an influencer for over 10 years, has never faced any challenges or obstacles when it came to losing a job or even just getting a job. Everything has been spoon fed to this man, this pedophile of a man, for over a decade, right? And it caused him to lose a lot of followers. And I'm saying to myself, why is this pedophile still on the internet? Because he got money. So when you think about it, a lot of politicians, a lot of rich people as a whole always got that money, right? They will do anything in their power to wipe off anything that represent them in a negative light. We got Trisha Paytas, for example. She's a disgusting twad, and she was able to wipe everything off and make herself the most perfect person in the world when clearly she's not the perfect person in the world. And it's just disgusting and just, ugh, disgusting. So she done a lot of bad things in her time where she had this, I don't want to say the inappropriate word, but she had a channel where she did sexual activities, and then she turned into like a family type oriented, which is disgusting to me. Like, why would you do that? Like, that's like saying if you worked as a sex worker, right? And you did it on your channel for over 10 years, and all of a sudden now you want to turn it into a family channel. Excuse me? It's like, are you serious? Make it make sense. So I didn't like that. And then other creators have talked about her in her past and how she like sexually assaulted, and she she done a lot of inappropriate like words that came out of her mouth and how she portrayed herself on the internet. It's a whole rabbit hole with this woman. Please go check out any content creator who has talked about Trisha Paytas. So, she's disgusting. And I didn't know that much about her except for her crazy delusional activities that she would do that I thought was harmless back in the day. But the more I understand who she really was and who she really is like, what the fuck? It's crazy. So with James Charles, again, he could have just ignored the shit, right? He could have just ignored it. He didn't have to respond, none of that, right? But because motherfucker got money, he thought he can just conquer the world and get away with anything that comes his way, whether it's the scandals, the rumors of some sort, more victims coming out. He don't give a shit. So after being called out, he lost a lot of followers. Then he kept making all these multiple 10 toes down, and then he changed his mind, TikTok videos, and he started to like, okay, I guess I have to donate. And I'm like, really? Really? So the internet dragged him hard. Influencers and media personalities, defended the worker as they should, and his audience definitely defended the worker. And then her GoFundMe skyrocket, and I'm so happy for her. Her goal was over 40,000, and it's amazing. I'm so happy for her. But his apology was disgusting. So he later posted a shirtless apology video admitting that it was rude, it was obnoxious, it was privilege. The reason why he started to post apology videos is the fact that he was losing followers. See, when you're a TikTok or a person who's a public figure of any kind, whether if you're an influencer or a celebrity, they don't be realizing that we as the audience, we as the consumer are making you rich, and we can easily take it away from you if you're not careful. So he kept making all these multiple apology videos and a bunch of other shit. And then the bottom line, after going through all of that, he ended up not being canceled, but he definitely got dragged and he had to apologize to some damage control. The PR team was like, what the fuck are you thinking? You gotta make it up. You gotta do this right. So yeah, which is disgusting to me. I still wish this man would go to jail. I wish this man would go to prison for what he has done with the Snapchat and the victims that has come forward, and just like him dragging this poor lady. I'm like, she's not even white. She looks Spanish, black, and you don't even know her race. You don't even know the color of her skin, and you're calling her white privilege, lazy piece of X, Y, and Z, and you don't know anything about her. You don't even know her story. You don't even know her testimony. What if she had kids? You feel me? What if she had a disability sibling of some sort? Or what if she had a mom or a parent she has to take care of, and she need more extra money and she need more support, and she tried and things aren't working out. Like, you don't know her story. You know what I'm saying? And I understand if you're a public figure, I understand both sides. I understand he was wrong. He was disrespectful. He don't know her story. He doesn't know her testimony. And then the other side is you could have gotten your PR team to see if it was a scam or not, instead of having to make multiple TikTok videos putting this poor woman down when it ended up being legit. And then the only reason why you're making these sorry ass pieces of shit, no effort at all, TikTok videos, calling them apology. And then it's like, you're only doing that because you're losing followers, you're losing money, even though you're a millionaire, but still, right? And then you're putting out these makeup products that you want people to buy. You keep forgetting, my brother, uh, we make you rich, okay? You're a piece of shit, okay? We make you rich. So your stupid, shitty ass apology is all about the money, sweetheart. You don't give a shit about this person. And I was so happy she didn't take that apology at all. I'm so happy for her. And the fact that the GoFundMe company themselves helped her out to spread more and more audience and attraction for her. I hope and pray that everything is good with her. I pray that she has another job and everything is beautiful and blessings on blessings for her and all that good stuff. But this man needs to be taken down. He needs to be taken down. Like, it's crazy that this man is still here. And the reason why he's still here is because we have these young ass followers who don't know shit about what's going on compared to us who are a little bit more older, right? But if it was a boy, let's be real. If it was a boy reaching out to him with the same story and the same, X, Y, and Z, he would instantly give that person money. But because it's a woman, he don't know her story, he don't know her testimony, he puts her down. And then he makes these shitty ass multiple apology videos only because he was losing money, he was losing attraction, he was losing the followers that he need to fund his stupid ass mansion. It's crazy. But I hope karma gets this man. I pray to the heavens this man gets karma. I really do pray. I just wish this man was in jail. I wish he was in jail. I wish he was. But anyway, I'm glad that everything has worked out with the woman. She seemed like a really nice lady. She's beautiful, gorgeous. She sounds Latina, like, she gives me that Spanish vibe. But she's beautiful, and I pray that everything has worked out for her and all that good stuff. But move on to the next topic, which is Michaela and her new relationship update. Okay, to me personally, I'm going to say allegedly, but I truly believe she cheated on Cody while they were dating, and while she was married to him, while he was going through rehab and trying to be sober and things like that. I truly believe that this woman was cheating on the man that she so-called claimed to love, right? And she dated both of the twins. So her high school sweetheart is Zach. He spent 10 years trying to be with her, quote unquote, even while he was in the military. So all this time, while she was married to Cody, she was, yeah, you get it. She was, reaching out to the man she thought she's supposed to be with. And to me personally, Cody, he deserves better. And she even posted TikToks about the court situation, the divorce, and all this stuff. And I really truly believe that this man that she's with now, I pray that Cody's at peace and everything, but I do believe this man that she's with now, he's all about the money. He don't give a shit about this girl. He really don't. And I hope karma hits her. I really hope so. So the timeline between all of this is February 2026. Michaela announces her divorce from Cody. But she did a video, I believe, back in December, about her divorce. But it's weird because you claim that everything was okay between you and Cody, but all this time while he was going through battling, his alcoholism or addiction problems, you decide to reach out to somebody else. And I feel like everybody can agree on this, that allegedly, I truly, truly believe, this is my personal opinion, but I'm going to say allegedly, I think she cheated on Cody. The timeline ain't mathin'. The mathin' ain't mathin', honey. So March 2026 confirmed that she was dating Zach again, and then April to May of this year, a hard launch on him, photos and TikTok sharing their history and how he never gave up on her, quote unquote. To me personally, while they were in high school, whatever, he was just like, I don't believe this. I don't believe he waited for her over 10 years. I truly don't believe the shit. To me personally, when I see guys, because see, guys can be gold diggers too. It ain't just women. I truly believe this man is a gold digger. I think he is, allegedly. I think he's a gold digger, allegedly. That's just my personal preferences. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's a gold digger. Most men who date women who make more money than them usually quit their job. They're so-called self-retired. And look what happened. You feel me? We've seen it so many times with Emily Kaiser and her, ugh, I don't want to mention that dude's name, Brody, how he he allowed his son, come on now, we all know the story behind that. And to me, she shouldn't have retired him. She shouldn't have done that. So when you retire a man, you are causing him to have no purpose of life. And you thought what you thought in your head, and I'm like, why would you make him a stay-at-home dad when you both, well, I don't know if they both work at from home, but why would you retire your husband knowing that you guys work from home? It doesn't make any sense. And I don't know if she has any nannies or not. I'm assuming she does. I'm not entirely sure she has like any nannies or like night nurses or anything. But, while her son was still alive and this new baby, but it's just the fact that you don't retire a man. You don't do that. Okay. And that's what I'm seeing with the Zach guy. Even though they don't have kids, obviously, but it just doesn't make sense to me that he claimed that he waited for her while he was in the military or not in the military. So I'm thinking like, okay, she wasn't famous, she wasn't making any money, and then now that she's making money, she's making bank, all of a sudden now you want to get into her life? Are you serious? It's literally an ex situation. It's like with me, you know, I'm doing my own thing. I'm not doing my best self. But then you don't want to love me at my worst, but you only want to love me at my best instead of both. But then the minute I become something, you want to slide into my DMs or you want to catch up, quote unquote, and be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, no, it's not happening. Like, get the fuck out of here. So this is what I'm seeing. This man is a gold digger. And mind you, she claimed that the minute she gets back with this dude, she's never going to show him. She's not going to explore her relationship the same way she did with Cody and all that stuff. And she did. She did. She did. So, a public moment was Charlie Puth, even shouted them out at his Boston concert, telling her he loved her and her boyfriend. I like the artist Charlie. He's a pretty cool dude. He has his flaws, don't get me wrong, but yeah. So she's glowing a soft lunch and a hard lunch and clearly in her quote unquote peaceful healing girl era bullshit. Whatever. So to me personally, this is my personal opinion. I truly believe that this man is a gold digger. I think this man is a gold digger. I'm like, dude, get your bag. Hey, I'm not mad at him because Karma's a bitch. She treated Cody like trash. We all saw what she did to that engagement ring that Cody gave her from his heart. I pray that I hope he does a tell all. I really want him to do a tell all book from his perspective, including the divorce. I kid you not. Like, I really want him to do it, but at the same time, I want him to be at peace. Ugh, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for him, but I'm just saying, I think this dude is a gold digger. What do you guys think? I think this dude is a gold digger. I think he's just in it for the money. He ain't really for her. I think. I'm just saying, I think. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? But anyway, we'll keep you guys posted more closely at that one. And I bet you not even less than a year, they're gonna break up and be like, she's gonna do like a 10-part series. Like, stop. I don't know, but what do you guys think? What do you guys think? So anyway, we're gonna head into another topic, but before we get into the Krisy and Desmond thing, we all stand 10 toes down about the whole Emily Kaiser thing and Brody. Like, to me, Brody should have been put in prison. She is responsible, but he's more responsible than her. But at the same time, it's both of their responsibility to make sure that their kids are safe when it comes to the pool safeties. And mind you, she did a video now that she has a newborn. There was a video of her changing her newborn, but there was like a big picture on the like above the crib, and everyone's kept telling her like, I need you to move that picture because if it hurts the baby, knowing that it's glass, you know. But she don't care. It's so sad. Like, Jesus, please protect this child due to their neglectful. Oh, please, Lord, please protect these children, because children deserve better parents compared to what they're getting right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, children deserve better parents versus neglectful parents, like Emily Kaiser and her stupid ass, weak ass, punk behind Brody, who should be in jail right now, or prison for that matter, for allowing his son to drown. And the fact that he lied to the police multiples and multiples of times. I pray to God that that camera footage comes out and takes them both down. Don't ever retire your husband. Don't ever do it, because you're taking away his role, his position, his purpose of life that God has intended for man to do when it comes to protecting and caring and providing for the family. I don't care how much a woman makes, don't do it. You feel me? Don't do it. But that's her mindset. She thought, oh, this is gonna be picture perfect, and it turned out to be a tragedy. And then she comes back on TikTok thinking that nothing happened, everything's rainbows and unicorns. But in the minute her view counts go down, she brings up the tragedy just so she can get more money, just so she can get more bank, more attention, more algorithm, more traffic. And I'm like, are you serious right now? If that was my child, okay, if that was my child, I would have divorced my partner, my spouse, instantly. I would never stay with a man or a woman who neglectfully betrayed and unattended and only cared about themselves and not the child, knowing that the child was suffering. The dog is a better parent, okay? The dog knew the assignment compared to him gambling on sports and everything. That's what I say. Women, ladies, don't retire your spouses. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. And I just pray to God that God will protect this baby that they have right now. I do pray, because people have been telling this bitch multiples and multiples of times to move that frame that's below, not below, above the child's crib. But does she care? No. All she cares about is aesthetic and what's pleasing to her. And mind you, she has a gate and security for the dogs, but not for the child. Make that make sense. We're gonna keep we're gonna keep an eye on this one. I pray to God. Soon as that body footage comes out, I pray to the heavens this man goes to jail. I pray to God. I really do. But we're gonna keep an eye on that. Sorry, we're gonna keep an eye on that. Sorry for the tantrum, but we're gonna keep an eye on that. Another news. We're gonna talk about Krisy and Desmond Scott's divorce. I really love this couple. I really did. They were just like the best couple. And hey, what you see online isn't what it seems. And that's so true. We see all these amazing couples doing rainbows and unicorns and everything's perfect and la 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 la. But behind closed doors and deep down, they're miserable. They're miserable. So Krisy filed for a divorce the end of last year. And, he cheated on her, let's be real. So they both signed an agreement about their divorce a few months ago, right? So this man was like, I want spouse support from her. Like she wanted him, like Desmond wanted Krisy to pay for his shit, right? Krisy gets the exclusive rights to choose the kids' primary residence, right? Like co-parenting. They share educational decisions, no monthly child support, each pays their own share, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? So the minute Krisy is thriving, doing her thing, this motherfucker, right? He filed a general denial and requests attorney fees, not spousal support. So he's not talking about, okay. I thought he was trying to get her to get spouse support. Because remember the Cardi B thing, Offset was trying to get Cardi B to get spouse support. And a trial is scheduled next month, July 2026, which is crazy. The minute a woman thrives, a man wanna be like, no, 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 no. You gotta pay for my shit. So Krisy accused him of cheating, infidelity in the filing. He later admitted he made a choice. He's not proud of it, blah, 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 the separation. So here's what's crazy on this one. Besides the infidelity, Desmond was spotted kissing another woman at Houston bar. We saw the video and everything, and he admitted it. He was wrong. But at the same time, Krisy she filed the divorce, and then she was like, I want to change my name back to Small, and wanted the court to enforce their maternal property agreement. So whatever you guys share on social media or in your property, you guys got to come to an agreement, meet in the middle. This is my percentage, this is your percentage. It happens all the time when you when you are married between two people and you guys have property together, you guys have real estate or any kind of like investments or assets of some sort. You have to come to an agreement and kind of like split it half and half, or like you get this portion, I'll get that portion, depending on the percentage. If you did it more than him, I don't know how the court system works. If she had it before him, that's why I say always get a prenup. Unless you guys did business together, then that's a different story. But if you started the business before you even met the person, I think you should get a prenup no matter what. But if you guys got it together, do you have to split it 50-50 or 40 to, whatever, and then just like go from there? So she filed it to change her last name, and then she wanted the court, to enforce their maternal property agreement. So he's not asking for spouse support, but he is asking for legal fees. Okay, I thought he was asking for spouse support at first, because somebody was saying that he was asking for spouse support. I can't remember who it was, but it's not that. Okay. So he's asking for legal fees while she's pushing forward with the custody, the property division, and reclaiming her identity. You go, girl. You go, girl. Okay. You go, sister. So, the bottom line is don't cheat on your spouse. Don't cheat on your spouse. So remember back in the day, not back in the day, but maybe like last year, maybe a few months ago, that Offset was trying to get Cardi B to do spouse support. I think we talked about this in last season. I'm not sure. But I thought Desmond was going to do the same exact thing, but it's more like a legal fees. I'm like, why am I paying your legal fees? Why are we doing that? We both started the channel together. We both got money. You got money. And you see me thriving. And then it's like, you want me to pay for your shit after what you did to me in our marriage and our family? Are you serious right now? And you just admitted that you cheated. You caused the problems. You caused the drama. You admitted. And I gave you the solution. So now that you don't like the solution, you want to attack me and our family and no longer marriage. Like, are you serious right now? You are a successful chef. Okay, you made your money, you made your bag before social media. And now that we did something together, and now that it's split apart, gone, whatever, whatever percentage I give you, whatever I have, all of a sudden now you see me thriving, you see me doing my own thing, and you want me to pay for your shit? Are we serious right now? And that's how Offset was with Cardi B. He wanted spouse support. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Make that make sense. You see me thriving and you want to put me down and drag me down because you're unsatisfied about something. So you want to make me pay the price? Are we for real? It's like, make it make sense. So I would love to know what you guys think about this whole drama situation with Michaela and her relationship. I don't think it's gonna last. Like I said, this is my personal opinion. I think the man is a gold digger, allegedly. I think he's a gold digger. I don't think he's really with her to be with her. And the fact that she dated both of them, whew, calm as that bitch. Oh, better. Sorry, I had to add that in. I have to add that in. Sorry. But it's the truth. It's like, what are we doing, people? What are we doing? And then the whole thing with James Charles, he didn't have to respond. He didn't have to respond. Okay? Like, he could have just not say anything. He could have just given it to the PR team, have them handle it, and you go on with your business. Why do you have to say something? Because he have to say something because he's not as relevant as he wants to be. Even if he's making his bank, it's like he has to be in something in order for to get attention. It's like, are we serious right now? You're not getting the attention you actually want in a positive way. You're getting it in a negative way because you over here talking to minors, you know their age. Let's be real. Even if you ask them, even if you ask for an ID, you know their age and you know what you're doing. Okay? Even if a person, fakes their ID or age for that matter, all you could have done is get your PR team to look up this person. That's all you could have done. It's easy to get a background check these days, especially if you have the money to really do a deep dive of it versus just the surface. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense, y'all. He has more money than me, and he could have easily gotten his PR team, FBI, NCIS, you know what I mean, to look up this person to make sure they're of age. But did he do that? No. He went to his own hands, took matters in his own hands, and look what happened. You feel me? So he had no business putting this woman down, knowing that she lost her job and 17,000 other people as well. Like, make that make sense. You didn't have to say that, James Charles. You didn't have to put her down. You could have just respectfully say and decline respectfully and say, look, I don't know if you're, pranking me. I don't know if you're scamming me. I don't know if this is legit or not. I'm gonna have my team talk to you and then we'll go from there. Or you could have said, even if it was legit, all you could have said was, look, I'm gonna do my part at spreading your GoFundMe and then we'll go from there. There you go. You could have respectfully declined, give it to your PR team to make sure it's legit, and then come back to him like, hey, let me help you out to make sure you wasn't scamming me, blah, blah, blah. And then we go from there. That's all you had to do. But no, you had to make this 5, 6 part something series of you putting this person down and then wanting to do shitty apology videos because you're losing followers. And when you lose followers, when you lose engagements or traffic, you start to lose money. And then out of nowhere, he gains money back because he has young peanut brain audience who haven't fully developed yet and don't know the lore of this man compared to us who are a little bit more older. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. I think we, as the older people who know what's going on, need to educate those who don't, so that way we can put this man behind bars. But at the same time, even if we did all of that, this man will still be walking free only because he has money. If he didn't have money, he'll be in prison. Let's be real. Same go with Emily Kaiser and Brody. If they didn't have money, okay, if they didn't have the rich lawyers and the daddy money and all of the shit, he would be in prison. Let's be real. He would be in prison. So I would love to know your take on everything that we just discussed. I would love to know everything. You guys, give me your perspective, give me your point of view. I would love to know more. Sorry for the TED Talks of other extra people. I do apologize, but let me know what you guys think. I love you guys. I will talk with you guys the next episode. I'm gonna try my best to pre-record so that I can just have a schedule for you guys while I'm doing sisterly advice and things on the YouTube channel. Also, I do have an update. I didn't tell you guys this. I told on the YouTube channel, you guys can check that out, which is the child-free removing of my tubes. I talk more in depth about that. You can check that out. But I did get my tubes removed back in the end of April. I'm so happy. And yeah, I feel free. But I talk more about it on the channel. So always check that out if you haven't already. Go check out my other social media content of Copies of Opinion that is part of Talk to Me Sister. And I will see you guys next time. See you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye.